Hi, my name is Robbie Haratsky, and I'm making this video for my classmates and Dr. Fairlie. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. I'm not very good with them. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the professional public speaker and politician, Jan. So when Jan gets on to the stage, she really struggles to speak and gather her thoughts. And I think this is because she's just nervous. I think she's maybe in a new environment or something, or maybe she didn't sleep or just didn't think about the speech enough. So maybe her lack of knowledge played into it, but I don't think she could gather her thoughts in the moment and kind of just went blank. It's actually very common in people. A lot of people, when they give speeches, they study or whatever, but once they actually get up and to do it, they really struggle with it. I honestly think she was just nervous or just couldn't think. I don't think she got reelected personally. I think if I saw someone, a politician who was running for office, who couldn't think on the spot or just couldn't think or say anything for 10, 15 seconds, I would look at that as they're not really prepared and they didn't like know what to say. Because as a politician, you learn to speak quickly, clearly, and have a good presentation. She didn't have a good presentation at all. I think if someone else was running, they spoke clearly and knew what they were saying, I would vote for them. So the second one I'd like to talk about would be Daniel Hernandez. He was honored for his heroic act. I think if that was me in that situation, I would really feel grateful that he put a venue like that together for me and gave me that recognition that they didn't have to do. I would thank everyone for making it possible for me to be there, and I would obviously say how good it is to see the other person made it through. I think it's everyone's personal responsibility to, if you see someone help, always help them. That's just how it is. But yeah, I would feel grateful and just really honored to be there. Now, I'd like to talk about Phil Davidson. Obviously, he was a very, very interesting character. I enjoyed that very much. It was very, very funny. So, Phil did a few things right. Yeah, surprisingly. So, he speaks clearly. Even though he yells, he still speaks clearly. So, you know what he's saying. So, that's always a good thing to have. He provides facts into his speech, kinda. They're facts, but not all completely correct, but some of them are facts. He does provide his education level. Sorry, he does provide his education level and master's degree in communication. I know it's really hard to believe, but he did. That shows the audience that he has an education. He knows what he's talking about. And he's qualified. Now, obviously, the audience thought something else, but on paper, it would show he's qualified. So he used a lot of hand gestures as well. Like he moves, he made all kinds of different symbols and stuff. But I'm not gonna get into that. But that also, he's engaging. You know, people are more attentive if you're using your hands rather than standing still, just looking someone in the eye talking. That's how it's always been. Now we're gonna move on to the cons list. So he yelled a lot in this video. I don't know if he was yelling or just his regular voice, but he spoke very, very, very loudly. And well, he did yell, yes. So you don't want to yell at the audience when you're speaking. You want to talk to them and help communicate with them. You don't want to yell at them. You want them to engage with you. So, and he was very hard to take seriously because he was always yelling. I think when people yell and the way he did it, he kind of stop for a minute, yell again, and make hand gestures. I think it's hard to take someone serious when they do that. He also like butchered a few quotes and lines, which is also very bad, especially when you're running for re-election, when people are gonna be watching you and see how professional you are, and if you're gonna get the job done and you're competent. He didn't quite get that, so for me, I would not vote. I mean, if I saw that, I wouldn't vote for a guy like that who's yelling at the audience, who's making obscene hand gestures. So that's just me personally. And also, he looked at his notes a little too often. He didn't. You could tell he didn't prepare for his speech. He really relied on the notes to save him and from having to think. He looked at the notes every 10 seconds. You should memorize his speech. You look way better if you memorize his speech and engage with the audience hands on. So that's my personal opinion about it. And so I hope you guys share the same opinions. And I look forward to reading your guys' videos and watching them. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.